Hey guys, so I've had conversations with people asking me lately, hey, why are you always going on about colonial history? Why are you defending the British Empire when everyone else says it's just a story of exploitation and theft? It's a fair question, and honestly, it's a question that needs an answer, because most of the history you're fed in school or on the news is basically just a hit piece on Western civilization. Before I dive into this, let's define what we're actually talking about. Because look, if you don't know what the word means, you're never going to understand history. When people say colonialism, they usually mean exploitation, but that's a loaded term designed to shut down any real thinking. I'm interested in the truth, I'm interested in state building, I'm interested in institutional legacy, and I'm interested in why some nations actually work while others are perpetually stuck in a loop of failure. So let's look at this theft narrative. You hear it all the time. Britain got rich by stealing from the colonies. It's the standard leftist line. It sounds good if you're looking for someone to blame for poverty, but it doesn't hold up to a second of real scrutiny. This theory of stolen wealth assumes that wealth is just a finite pile of rocks that somebody grabbed. That's not how the world works. Real wealth isn't stolen, it's created. It's created through property rights, through the rule of law, and through the kind of administrative capacity that the British actually exported to their colonies. I've been examining the history of these regions, and you see a pattern immediately. You have the countries that kept the British institutions, the legal framework, the civil service, the infrastructure, and you have the countries that decided to purge them. Look at Singapore and Mauritius. They didn't achieve success by acting like the victims. They succeeded because they took the administrative machinery left behind by the British and actually used it. They didn't treat the colonial era as a trauma to be decolonised, they treated it as a foundation to be built upon. Then you look at the other side. You look at the states that took the anti-colonial route, where they basically tore down the bureaucratic systems, embraced corruptions, and blamed the British for their own bad decisions. And you know what? Those countries are still failing. It's the resource curse, or just flat out incompetent mass sovereignty. They trade away the order and the law that would actually make them prosperous, and they trade it for a vague sense of identity or tribal power. It's just like what I see in the religious world. Honestly, you have people who reject their own heritage, their Christian roots, because they feel exotic. They want to be enlightened by some foreign system they don't even understand. It's the same logic with this anti-colonial stuff. They reject the very institutions that made the West strong, and they wonder why their own nations are falling apart. It's a symptom of the same globalist third worldist that you see everywhere. The British bought the common law. This is the most successful software for human development in the history of the world. It's consistent, it's predictable, it's based on the idea that there is an objective standard of justice, not just whims of some local warlord or a corrupt political party. When you hear people whine about exploitation, ask yourself, do you even want a system where the property is protected, or do they want to keep the system that keeps them poor? I'm done with the guilt tripping. I'm done with the idea that we have to apologise for the fact that the British were the ones who went out and built the systems that allowed modern functioning society to exist. If you want to know why a country succeeds, look at their institutions. Do you have an independent judiciary? Do you have a meritocratic civil service? If the answer is yes, it's almost certainly because they didn't burn down their colonial legacy. And this is what we're doing on this channel. We're going to look at the scorecard colony by colony, no fluff, no woke revisionism, just the hard reality of what works and what doesn't. And guys, thanks for sitting through this. I know this isn't official history, but the truth usually isn't. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Cheers.